Ding, ding, ding. Let's see the drafts. Will it be similar or will it be not? So Todak will still have the first pick.
Banny
opt
ban.
for a Banny ban and Joy immediately. Meanwhile, RRQ still with the staple bans here, 1-1 and as well as Kaja.
Now that still does leave quite a bit of strong characters on the table. Carry is up, the Glue Monster is up, as well as Valentina. You know, Glue Monster can be countered if you have Uranus on the sideline, sometimes even Terizla, but it's just a character that's so hard to deal with, especially once Glue grasps onto your backline or sometimes even your front line. Because if you attack the front line, you're dead. It resets the ultimate, he does it over and over again. This character's way too annoying, so yeah, sure enough, we got a Glue Monster banned away from the game.
Yep, and honestly, considering the playstyle that we saw previously, even the quote from Achil, every team is a rival for us, but Todak, we're like soulmates. And like I said in the beginning, it is fated that these two teams must meet.
Well, yeah, for context, they met in M1. Actually didn't met in M2, but in M3, yeah, they meet again. And as for the history, Todak has never won the match against RRQ.
Yeah, it's, Ken, that's why they're like soulmates. They
Yeah.
keep meeting each other, and each time Todak tries, RRQ proves to be superior. Finally, we're seeing the carry getting banned out here in the first phase. As we go on to our very first pick, do we see the Valentina coming up from the Malaysian squad?
Or
it could still be the Eve, though.
Yeah, maybe still be the Eve, because Eve is so versatile and so strong in the early game. Once you have the Eve, you can solo clear wave and also just harass and poke the enemy lane. We frequently see good Eve players in the mid lane zoning the opposition mid lane away. You know, sometimes we usually see that in the goal lane, right? The marksman violence. But in the mid lane with Eve, you can actually do something similar, especially when you have a tank that can zone the enemy mid lane away. You can try to poke them so they don't get experience. And if that opposition mid lane doesn't get to level 4 by the first turtle, that's a huge plus for your team.
I agree with you, but it seems like it is neither the Eve nor the Valentina. It is going to be the Yu Zhong. Now, I got to ask you, Gideon, is this Yu Zhong a flex pick?
Oh, look, hey man, yeah, I love to be the one to be like, yes, I'm usually the one that's confident about these things, but hey, I'm just going to hold my mouth shut for just a couple of seconds until I get some confirmation, because even I'm not sure yet. Once again, Hilda and as well as Eve this time round going to be locked in for the side of RRQ. It does feel that Todak has kind of changed their direction in the draft, not just playing for themselves, but looking to counter draft especially when they're on blue side, which is rather strange. You would expect that from red.
Yeah, I mean, RRQ at this point, though, definitely looking to play even more aggressive. You do not need to ask them to play aggressive. They're fighting aggression with aggression here. You don't pick, you kind of tell the direction Todak want to go with this game. They want to dive into your backline. They want to play really, really strong, really powerful in the early game. But RRQ is denying that, right? I mean, with Eve, last game they have Kadita, which kind of have a problem clearing wave. This time they're not going to have that, right? Eve is one of the strongest early game characters in the entire game. So it's going to be shoving lane and going to your jungle along with Hilda's help to finding trouble into your jungle. And here we go. We're counting that with Claude and Chow, a full dive come from Todak.
Rather interesting. Okay, so the Cho, again, we don't know whether it's going to be like interchange between the support. For all we know, it could be jungle with a Hayabusa getting locked in for the side. Dude, we're hearing a treat from RRQ.
It's just a fast picks, fast response from the side of RRQ. Very quick response. Hayabusa picks up. He does not care, even though it has the Cho and the Claude, but it seems like Albert is still very much confident. Now, I do want to add that they picked up the Hilda just so Albert can pick up an assassin. They are trying to deny Todak to pick up that Hilda because it seems like, again, their game plan is to give Albert the assassins.
Look, that sounds like a really solid plan, because I was thinking that, hey, it's Albert's birthday, but he's making me feel like it's our birthday watching with his gameplay.
Yes, absolutely. The assassin one game after another. Just we're a good show to watch, because I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest, you know, watching so many tanks in the meta in the jungle, it gave me a little bit tiresome, exhausted sometimes, right?
I know,
same. Having a different flavor of ice cream, the assassin back to the meta is just absolutely awesome to watch. And here comes the ban, the Valentina. They're also going to ban away his character like Lilia or even Farsa, you know, just to make sure that Clay have more room to maneuver.
You know, speaking of which, if we start looking at bans as well, I mean, Beatrix is getting banned out. So again, that direction we were talking about changing for the side of Todak really being implemented here.
I mean, it's quite clear that RRQ, they are trying to limit the mid laners, the mages, like you said, Assassin Dave, as well as the Todak. Todak will opt for a Skylar ban here, limiting Skylar's option. But I do want to add that Claude, again, it needs time, right, to reach that power spike. With Hilda and your opponent, is it a fair trade, do you think?
I mean, at this point, we can't tell, right? There's still quite a bit of choices available for the side of RRQ. They might not even go with a marksman because they're going for full dive as well. You know, it seems like they already have someone that they need to protect, AK Clay on the Eve, right? And they have the Hilda to get vision all the time. They can go with two directions, actually. You know, go with something really, really strong just on their own, like a Harith, for example. Or they can just go with a marksman, have Hilda get vision, and Hayabusa bring Havoc to the other side. Then they go with Grok, a very, very strong, and this most likely going to go to EXP lane, unless we're going to see the Hayabusa flex one more time.
Hayabusa flex, or maybe Hilda is the one that's going into the EXP lane. Like R7's like, you know what? They're playing wild. Let's go wild. But coming down to the final picks here for the side of Todak specifically, we're not entirely sure where they want to lean towards just yet. And I feel like locking in the Xavier might be a bit of a bait pick because I think it scales too long with the composition that they have so far.
I prefer this Lilia over the Xavier here for the side of Todak, but it will not be either. It's going to be a Ling and as well as Kadita saying, you play Kadita in game 1, let me show my Kadita, and perhaps I might grab MVP. But RRQ, again, a very fast response.
Harith.
It's going to be Harith.
Great predictions here coming out from the table. Well done all across the board.
Woo.
Now, which composition are you liking more, Dave?
I mean, they're both pretty divey, I gotta say. So it's come down to execution, really, right? Which tank can find the engage better? Is Hilda gonna find vision for Hayabusa to find one-off picks, right? Or are we gonna see really good engages coming out from Chao? It's up to the teams, up to the execution. I think the draft, both draft looks beautiful. They're both dives, and they both have very little room for mistakes. If Eve get caught off, it's over. At the same time, if Claude get caught off, it's kind of over. So both sides, they have to play careful, they have to play tight, and I'm excited for this match.
Well, let's see whether this is going to truly be a draft if the best of the best have made it up and towards the upper brackets, and Todak, unfortunately, a score down, but they're looking to turn it all around here to even it up against the Kingdom. So let's jump into the Land of Dawn once again for game number 2.
Will RRQ find another point, or will Todak equalize in game 2? Let's see, folks, as I gotta say, hero power, it's quite even here, Assassin Dave. Mobility, power-wise, crowd control as well, but perhaps that is the department that is RRQ lacking of, crowd control.
Yep, look at the mid lane though. Already, Chao and Kadita playing aggressive onto Clay to dominate the mid lane. But Vin was already asserting dominance into Todak's jungle. He was 1 versus 3 in early on into the blue side, getting vision on Lean. Knowing Lean started blue, but gonna move towards the bottom side. Gonna give a little bit of warning to Harris to play more careful. You can see Harris is hugging the tower. Not really playing too out of the line here, but Chao, Yamski is now making a rotation to the top side. Finding Hayabusa is more of a battle of the support at this point, but you can see Win is already level 2, where Chao is still stuck at level 1.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate indeed, but let's see how these interactions are going to go, because a lot of the focus seems to be looking towards the bottom side. Harith getting attacked, and Vin himself gets on out of there. Albert hitting level 4, but doesn't want to commit just yet. Trades on both sides, no kills on either.
It seems like both teams here trying to poke, trying to give out pressure. And for now, Momo needs to be very careful here. Albert is already on standby. Will he commit to this?
I mean, this is a tower dive right here, right? Albert coming in. Oh, maybe he should just go for the go crab. I like what R7 is doing in lane. Because of the lane prior, he was zoning Momo away from the experience. And because of that, Win was getting so much more experience. Such a huge lead against the Chao, against the corresponding opposition. And here we go, approaching the first turtle. Hilda is already on standby.
Now, this could be the difference maker here, because Grok is already level 4 in comparison to Momo, who hasn't hit it just yet.
Yep.
So it's a wild charge compared to no Black Dragon form as of now, but Yumski going to be starting up the turtle. He
Vin.
knows the jungle is here. He spots out R7. Hilda immediately attacking Rival, putting him too low to even contest for him. Bottom side, however, Chiku guys goes for the all-in against Skylar with a blazing duet already on him. Chrono Fisher just enough. No, it's going to be Rival who makes it there just in time to pick up that first blood and back away. Vin coming in to finish off Chiku guys, holding it off. Is he going to hold him hostage? Yes, he is. Chiku, he finally takes it back. But Vin, he doesn't. He misses. Chiku guys is able to flicker on out of there as Rival has to back away. Nobody took the turtle in that time.
He has the game sense, but he just misclicked that perhaps. But yeah, I mean, Rival has no retribution earlier. He was forced, but now it seems like they are ready to set up and take this first turtle. RRQ, can they respond to this? Albert will not be able to reach there on time.
Yeah, both assassins are just farming right now, but look at Vin, again, still providing a lot of vision on Chao and everybody on the map. We know Ling was doing the turtle, but here we go. One thing I do want to mention, oh, the kick.
Really good kick so far, way the drag into a perfect combo. Momo is not going to be in that fight, but Moon securing it. Moonatics out there, very happy. 2 on the board so far, and instantly Chiku guys with the blazing duet to clear the wave, getting a good chunk onto Skylar for now, but top side already attacked. Shaw Residue already keeping Momo alive for longer than he should be. RRQ have to back off.
It seems like Todak in the first couple of minutes, they understand that they can go all in towards Vin. They can force and waste all resources to a roamer. Why? Because in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, they have more crowd control. So they can perhaps more team fights to force RQ in a tough position, it seems like. So we'll see here. First 4 minutes, it's still Todak leading with a 1,000 gold lead.
Absolutely. You can see Chao finding those wave dragons, finding those decisive engages, and that might be the difference maker. Plus, Chao and Kadita is one of the most deadly combo in the entire game. One kick, you can do 1 kill. And here we go. Let's take a look at Chiku.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm just shocked. I didn't expect him to have the highest kill in M-Series. In total, 225 is very impressive, but now Vin is about to put his own statement as they dive onto the bomb side. Chiku guys with the blazing command, the OE shadow kill. The shield was not enough. He ends up going down. A successful dive coming in from RRQ, requiring 4 members to complete.
He is just trying to clear the wave, but he has to pay the price as well. Rival, though, a very good rotation coming from this guy that he is able to find jungles. But anything stood out for you, Assassin Dave, from the emblems?
I mean, at this point, look, RRQ quickly turned table around. Even though early game Todak seemed like they had more control, they had more decisive engages, but because of the rotation, the macro RRQ was able to do. However, not only did they find kills, they're now having to prior onto the second turtle. Moving forward, if Haya and Harris are going to skill up, both of them are going to pose a tremendous threat to Ling and Claude. So this is looking really good for RRQ.
I'm surprised that we're not seeing Rival trying to contest this. He is a level ahead of Albert, but instead they let it go through. They reset those waves. Moon getting attacked. Min continuing to harass. Chico coming in with the Battle Mirror image. He sees Clay. He knows this could be bad. And with no Battle Mirror image, it's better to just call it off as Skylar is just wrapping around and looking to proxy that wave.
It seems like, again, from the items here, Claude has not reached his power spike just yet. DHS only Golden Staff is on its way, but after that, I expect Todak to be more active, to find more pickoffs. But take a look at that. Way of Dragon does not really connect. And do remember that Clay is on a flicker, not on a purify.
That's a good point. Vin continuing to harass you guys. R7 wants it, the wild charge as well as Guardian's Barrier doesn't connect and all Moon finds his kill. R7 goes down as Vin is now on the run. Skylar with the Chrono Dash just finds his kill on towards Yumski, and now Momo is here to clean up. Vin will be the first to fall to the Shaw Residue as he jumps on top of Clay, securing the knockup. This might be the second kill as well. Backtrack Tail is able to connect, and now onto Skylar. Momo, do you want to go for a third? He says, nah, I'll wait next time. Chrono Fisher comes on through, but now that you've walked right into me, Shaw Residue is going to proc once again. But look at topside. Despite all that has happened, topside finally getting the push.
What is going on? Momo is unstoppable. RRQ, they dominant, but R7 catches Chiku, and my goodness, it was a solo kill on towards the gold laner.
That's why high and dry do not disrespect the Grok.
Yeah, the physical damage Grok coming off online. And we mentioned it yesterday how disgusting this character can be once you get the core items like the Blade of Despair, like Blade of Haptic Seize. And R7 right now is popping off. He can one-shot a Claude at any time he wants, including Moon, before Moon even popped the passive.
Does this mean we're expecting to see Winds of Nature first item build? Question mark?
Maybe, but Yumski on the other side already secured Dreadnought. So again, it will negate the damage from Albert and as well as Vin. Also R7. But we are seeing now RRQ setting up. Oh, Finger attack. No.
Oh, the real one manipulation comes out just in time, and Momo is now here to help. Clay is dead, and Rival is popping off. He's jumping through, but Momo continuing being the consistent source of damage. He's already found his killing spree. He finally dies to R7 at the end of the day, but the damage has been done. 2-for-2 trade. And now Rival once again in that 1v1 against Albert. Okay, Shadow Kill. He passes it over to the Turtle, forcing him to take his quad shadow out of there. Skylar still wants as he drops down the Chrono Force. Moon ends up dying before he could lay waste on the enemy jungle. Turtle falls into the hands of RRQ.
RRQ with the favorable trade. They got the neutral objective, and finding Moon was a very, very crucial kill. Now, 5-minute, 8-minute item checks. Assassin Dave, what's going on?
At this point, you can see Hayabusa already ramping up, have the Hunter Strike, going for the Blade of Despair. This guy's 1,000 gold ahead. Just a minute ago, he was about like a few hundred gold behind. So because one team fight, he's able to find those good kills and beautiful placement on skill 2 on the Quad Shadow. Right, hiding in the bush. I don't think Moon saw that coming. Here we go.
Here comes the kick once again, but the real world manipulation as well as Chrono Fissure has been dropped. The Salmon Forest, can he get out of there? Skylar's still alive, but it's a little too late. They find a 1-for-1 trade, and the Petrify coming in. Skylar got hit again. He gets locked, and he's gone. And the Quad Shadow onto Rival, securing his kill. It's too much damage. Unstoppable. R7 not even participating in the fight. A 4-for-3 trade in favor of RRQ.
The birthday boy does it again, and now Momo in a 2v1 situation with the passive so sustainable. And my goodness, he almost won that trade.
Momo's life for hire protects the wave and still protects the tier 1.
Momo is absolute monster at this point. He is building damage. He just finished Hunter Strike. I mean, this guy, he's not going to play any defensive at all. He's going straight to your backline, trying to go for Clay, because Clay has one of the highest deaths right now. 3 deaths in the entire game. No! One-shot kill from Albert.
Quick, switch the screen. We can't have this. The instant replay already coming up, but look at this play. Oh my goodness. I mean, the fact that Momo was able to get away with so much is pretty incredible, but Albert is now hitting critical mass. We saw that one shot earlier. It's going to happen again.
I mean, at this point, right, RRQ, they are just having fun. It's not over though. This Lord now has spawned RRQ again, looking for a setup. 4-man rotations in the river area. Can Todak smell this? Because if they overextend RRQ, they will punish you. And as of now, the tempo and pacing has gone down slow yet again.
You gotta give credit to Todak for, despite the pressure, they're playing Verver tight and Verver close together. Oh, look at the team fight here in mid lane.
Oh, he's breaking out. Kadita has already found the kill on towards inside, but Yumski does not find the angle for the way of the dragon. Albert jumping in with the quad shadows, but here comes Shiku, guys, with the blazing duet. Real world manipulation is out, but Momo, does he want to press the advantage? No, it's too close to the tier 1, but R7 says hello, as his power of nature is going to deter Moon from getting any closer.
Very clean execution and setup from both teams. No casualties just yet though, only Vin. But now it seems like both teams, they are focusing on that Lord. With the man advantage, Todak will have a slight edge. But even so, RRQ, they are not letting this Lord for free.
No, back to what I was saying regarding Todak, you gotta give them credit for playing so careful and so organized. The Chao Kadita combo has proven to be very, very effective. Every person they find is the kill. It's very, very brutal and deadly. That's including Vin, the tankiest character in the entire game right now. Even Vin have to respect this combo and play more safe at this point.
I think what I'm stressing about right now is the fact that Skylar, despite getting hit by double petrifies all the time, was still managing to hold out with the Xamarin Force, and I just saw him purchase the concentrated energy. So, with this being said, let's see how this Lord situation is going to work, because the side lane's not falling into the favor of Todak.
The way I see it, I mean, Yumski, he has 3 targets, right? Either Albert, Skylar, or Clay. But please keep in mind that Skylar has Purify, so that just eliminates from 3 to 2. Albert quite hard to catch, and Clay is perhaps the only viable target for Yumski to catch. Other than that, it's just, I guess it's not really relevant, but Teamfight perhaps will go ensued now.
Yeah, again, as Assassin Day mentioned, just really organized coming in from Todak. They're really not pressing or forcing this. Oh, wait, Moon, Chiku are in prime position. Could they actually find the flank here as Momo is coming in with a Black Dragon form? No. RRQ take very safe paths back into their jungle here, as now they look to press. They do notice where Chiku and Moon is. The plan has been dropped, a rival making his way down to the bot side to get some more pressure.
And that's the power of Link, right? Like when it's in a stall, when it's stalemate, Link can always go to the side and split push. But this is RRQ taking advantage of the split push and starting the Lord.
It's already getting low. Real One Manipulation is down. Kanina uses the rough play. Albert towards the Lord, but Momo is going to initiate the fight. He's under. Oh, he didn't even proc the shot rescue. He ends up dying. Albert has already got like the place into it, as well the Winds of Nature show. Shadow kill is just enough to secure the kill. Rival unable to get Albert, who's already in purple buff side. Rival, can he find this kill? Yes, he can. Gets one. Uses his ultimate, gets the knockup play. Oh, it's a double. Albert here to finish him off. But no, I'll let you live. You prove yourself worthy.
The last man standing finds a double for Todak. Even though the neutral objective falls in the hands of the Kings of Kings, they managed to have some slight compensation. Let's see, with this Lord push,
here we go.
can RRQ break it in the solo kill? Moon can't even, oh my god, the passive is still up for Moon.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. 1 HP. I guess that's a message to the rest of them. Is he going to do it one more time? Momo this time. He can take the damage. With Lord already pushing it down towards the bottom side, the waves are in trouble as Momo is willing to give his life up for higher. Albert now in trouble as Rival chases him down, secures him with the last crit, and a killing spree on the bottom side. Momo's still alive. Blazing Duet already down, and that is going to be that Lord push.
Todak has equalized. Take a look at the gold lead now. It's basically 0. And RRQ, they have the advantage space-wise, but economy is just a balanced game. Assassin Dave, what do you think?
Just now it's more of the game for the team by RRQ to lose, because I mean, the Hayabusa really play a little bit too aggressive, right? Using every single skill possible just to force out Momo's skill, Momo's ultimate, when no teammates nearby. So Ling really just take advantage of that, got him low, and forced the ultimate off and finish off the kill. That turned everything around, because then his teammate found himself alone, easy double kill, go to the pocket of Todak. Let's take a look at items and farms. Hayabusa is 4,000 gold ahead. Elber is dominating this game.
I mean, take a look at Harith and Claude, right? Both gold laners here. Claude building Athena as well, so he has some respect towards Harith, towards Eve as well. On the other side, it's just full attack for the Harith.
I mean, this has been a dead even game for quite some time. I don't know whether it's the Malaysian staple to really drag this game out against the Indonesians so far, or even the Filipinos. But looking at the Lord advantage, unfortunately, they ended up losing a bit of gold here overall because of the deaths they gave over. But now Moon in trouble. Finn having plenty of damage here, but he's going to be using the rough waves to gain his health back up. Is it enough? No! He doesn't get his health back! And Rival even committing onto Skylar. 2 ultimates down and Moon already dead. The mid lane in trouble. Oh my god! 7! What a wild charge! And now Momo turns it around. Get his team out of there. We need to reset.
No casualties except Moon. He has to pay the price while the Lord now is up. RRQ understands this. 5v4. Will they commit to this? Todak will not give this freely. Let's see the execution. We're Dragon.
Yep, they already used Way of the Dragon to find one. Albert already jumping in. The Yoki Shadow kill. Momo's in trouble. He's already gone. Salmon force pop. And that's even Yumski in the backline. Vin may be dead, but it's a little too late. Can Rival pull this through after his immortality? Blazing Duet finds only one? No! It's too late! The damage has been done. A 3-for-2 trade in favor of RRQ.
RRQ, they won that war, but at what cost? They will not be able to find the Lord in time, and Todak with that play. Shaman Force popped.
Oh, Skylar.
He's
Oh,
dead.
he just soloed Chiku. That's what the heck?
I mean, it's unfortunate timing, especially when you're used to using your Bannermill air image. Moon tries for the one-shot. He tried his best to steal the Lord, but Albert is feeling it today. He does not miss.
Look at this KDA 11, 2, and 3. I mean, both assassins playing out of their mind, right? Ling is a saving grace turnout for Team Todak in this game as well. Finding those flank, finding those perfect executions once after another. So here we go, Lord coming out the bottom side. Let's see this execution on wave syncing.
Things are not looking good here. Rival securing that EHS, but is it too late? With the Lord marching bot side, RRQ will grab the advantage here in the jungles of Todak. But remember, this is already the Luminous Lord, so perhaps if Todak makes a mistake, RRQ can end game 2.
Perhaps here, but now with the waves already pushing on in, Yumski looking for a flank, looking for opportunities, the Magic Sentry as well to look at what's going on towards the orange, but Vin is just chunking down Chico, almost about to solo him as well. Winter Truncheon purchase onto Clay, but here we go. Inhibitor turns in trouble. Salmon Force has already been popped as Yoki Shadow Kill on the middle lane. Rival in some trouble. He's got no way to escape. Oh my god! Looking to secure Finch points. Gets him out of there. Placing the way for the back line. Chico flickers into the middle of that fight. Oki Shadow Kill doesn't even connect as well. He's got nothing left. Clay with 1 HP. Walks away. And Momo pays for the sins of his brothers.
1-for-1, Momo for Vin, as Todak will hang on for another day. But take a look at the base turret and bot side. It's down. Take a look at the mid side, practically down. And if we take a look at the players' gold here, top 3, Assassin Dave, is Albert and Skylar.
Albert and Rival going toe-to-toe right here with the total farm. Seems like Rival is really doing a fantastic job keeping the farm despite the pressure on their team. But really look at a map. The mini-map is what's important right now. The entire map is going toward the favor of RRQ. They still have 3 high ground towers and 2 tier 2 towers, whereas Todak's practically down to 1. So the next push, if they get the Lord, get the pressure on the bottom side, and that might just be the game, the match point for RRQ.
I mean, let's look at the Lord advantage, right? Previously, they lost gold. Now they're actually gaining a significant amount. But at this stage of the game where they're already breaking the 62K mark, does it even matter? Is it enough to actually switch out those immortalities for Winter Truncheons?
Maybe. I mean, Immortalities and Winter Truncheon, they are crucial at this stage. Remember, Gideon, 20-minute mark. Yumski about to brute force, perhaps to add more movement speed. But again, with the composition, it's just... yeah, he needs to target Clay, and mid-turret will fall. Now, Lord will be up in the next 5 seconds. Will Todak? Todak has to contest this.
Not sharp there, unfortunately, but let's see how they set this up. RRQ, once again, you're expecting Vin to open up the map. Yumski as well, playing the exact same role. Can they contest this? R7 actually getting a good chunk onto the back line. He knows everybody's in the mid lane. So now, RRQ is more confident. Yumski hitting the third hit of G Kundo. Good knock-up for now, but that doesn't really change the game. Moon looking for the flank, looking for an opportunity, but RRQ wants to finish this in one felled swoop. So they have to play it slow. They have to think. They have to push out the mid lane as Chiku guys and Moon continue to do so. Here it's slow, but the Lord is getting lower by the second, and Momo gonna force the situation. Chiku out of the fight. Rival out of the fight, but down by bot lane. We see Todak on the run. They've lost one of their members, and now they have no conditions to actually contest this Lord. They're out of here, but Albert doesn't want to give this up just yet. Did he notice? Yes, he does. He sees Kadena. The rough waves already being used to get on away. Quickly, something must be done. Clay's flickering forward. He wants a solo Moon all by himself, pushing him away from the Lord. G Kundo being used, and Moon is going to go down. 2-for-1 trade so far, but Momo trying his best to protect him. Yumski should be able to die, but the Blazing Duet comes out to no avail. Skylar still holding on with his Salmon Force, and that is going to be it. Another slowly but surely, one more falls, trading evenly 2 for 2. Chiku's still alive.
The Kings of Kings Yes, they had shown their statement here in Game 2. With the Lord now in their hands, they are looking for an end. Todak with just 3-4 men now defending. Can they defend this one? Get in. Things are looking bleak for the Malaysians. Let's see.
They're going to force the initiation again with the 7 forts already being popped up. Blazing Duet is coming out through. He's getting chunked. Link already with the ultimate real one manipulation. Comes late to catch on 3. Momo still with the shot residue holding on just strong enough. But the Lord is on its way. And the members are low. Skylar can't get back into this. Do they just let go?
Now with 5 men, with the Lord now, let's see. 6v5 RRQ.
R7.
R7 in the middle of it all while their carry has just gotten out of there. Skylar's not there. Albert is going to do it by himself. Shot residue proc. But with the shit already with the quad shadows, he's out of there. Okay, shadow kill gets spreads out way too much with the wave. Nothing RRQ can do, but they've got all the inhibitor turrets, all the gold.
Todak, they can breathe for another 5 minutes. It seems like. Assassin Dave, what can you read?
I mean, at this point, Todak is pulling a fantastic defense, actually. Losing when proven to be the crucial element for RRQ9 would end the game right there. But again, with all 3 lanes, high ground tower being taken down, the entire base of Todak's vulnerable. RRQ, what they can simply do is just sink in the wave in unison, have all 3 super wave crash into the base at the same time, and try it one more time. Because at this point, Hilda is gonna be very tanky in the front, right? He's not really afraid of the one-shot combo coming from the Chow, coming from the Kadita anymore. And you can see everybody, let's see how many immortality we have on both sides. It seems like Rival has it on Team Todak. We also have Chow has it as well. There's 2 immortality versus 1 immortality coming from RRQ. This is actually pretty risky for tower dive.
Yeah, I mean, what also pops out in my eyes is Grok. R7 building 2 BODs and also respecting with the magic power for Moon. He builds also that Athena. Now it's just a matter of patience here. Get in.
R7.
Well, I don't think anything's going to happen. I think it's too risky to die now. It's like 24 minutes. Your death timer is like almost a
70
minute at this point.
I think it's already 70 seconds.
70 seconds. Oh, boy. Oh, here we go. Lord advantage from the previous one. Only 1,000 earned, but so far with no inhibitor turrets, Todak at the disadvantage and has to continuously just maintain, do the housekeeping of these waves.
Yep. The goal difference at this point is not really important. What's important is how many immortality, how many lives do you have. 1 more immortality equals to like 1 extra player. You can kind of like that. And in this case, Todak, the reason why they're doing such a good defense is because they have so much immortality coming up. And here's a last Lord. Whoever positioned better for this one is going to be the winner of this game. To be honest, even though Todak is looking like they're really behind on macro side on the minimap, but if they're able to win this fight, they can end the game in 1 push.
Right? Yeah. Let's see how they play this out. All right. Deep breaths, everybody, because this could be it. R7 holding down towards that bottom side, making sure that they're going to start this push. RRQ, smart moves. They understand this Lord is not going to be as important for them compared to Todak, but now R7 in some trouble. He's going to back away. 2-Bladed Despair is more than enough with the passive, calling in for the rest of his team. He wants it. They want it. He's going to be running on forward. Chico doesn't have the battle mirror image, and Skylar is going to be dropping down that Savage Force. Chico's in trouble. He clears the way. He gets on out just in time. He's going to attack as many people as possible. They're all dead without Chico. What can they do? RRQ is going to start opening it up, and Yumski and Moon just trying to slow them down to by any time possible for Chico to get back up.
Oh, the timing. RRQ now. Moon sets someone. Listen.
No.
Oh, he has a Raider Bronze now. Rough ways as a defense, but now take a look at the damage. Clay will secure the kill.
There's nothing you can do. The Salmon Force is just way too much and comes off a cooldown way too fast.
This is the pressure's onto Todak, and RRQ knows that better than anyone else, right? They're playing this really patiently. We don't have to do the Lord.
Right.
And speaking of that top side, 1 more kill coming up.
Well played to RRQ. The guerrilla warfare is too good as Rival ends up falling to the hands of the Kingdom as they slowly close on in. No Lord, no problem. We've got the minions, and now we're running on through. Momo has to fall. Immortality bumps on through, finds 3, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, RRQ Hoshi takes game number 2. GG, well played.
It's gonna be 2-0 for of Kings are at match points, looking to hold on in the upper brackets. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Hack yesterday was in the similar situation, 2-0 down. Can Todak replicate yesterday's game?
I mean, against a giant, against a team so disciplined like RRQ, it's gonna be an uphill battle for sure. The execution was flawless, the planning was extensive. Look what they did in late game, right? They don't have to do the Lord. Step by step, they go for the kill, they go for the commit on the bottom side, finding the kill onto the Claude, and that win the game. A gift from the birthday boy. RRQ secures game 2.
Oh, what a game this has been so far. They've been absolutely killing it as well. And a gift for the birthday boy. Albert is getting everything he wants today. He's getting the assassins. He's getting the draft he wants. He's getting the vision. I mean, it feels like he's unstoppable.
It's just pure entertainment to watch game 1 on Albert on a Fanny and game 2 Albert on a Hayabusa. And he's just so good that it's just hard for Todak. Sure, they got glimpses for a comeback, but it's just all discipline from not just Albert, from all 5 members. Still, similar to game 1, they are playing as a unit.
And on top of that, I gotta say, Rival is putting up a fight as well. He's really living up to the name.
True.
Rival.
Boy, he really is living up to his name. I don't know. I've been readjusting my tides 6-7 times because this game has been so intense. I'm sweating up here at the caster's desk. It has been going so well so far. 2-0 match point coming in from RRQ. I don't know, but this is looking like a really tough game from Todak. But was it the draft that was an issue? Like, it eventually felt like Harith completely dominated this quad.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's just really hard for Claude to kill this type of character. He's got a lot of sustain, a lot of damage, and obviously turnaround potential. You have no skill shot. It is all attack damage burst for the Claude.
And on that note, Gideon, M4 Battle Night goes live this January 21. Expect loads of events and rewards up for grabs in game. First off, complete battle tasks in the game on January 21 to get a skin choice chest. You can then choose the skin you like most from that chest. And aside from that, battle bonus awaits you on the same day. Play matches and you'll get Team Star protection for 3 matches. Double Star Racing points, double protection points, and double EXP. And double BP for my 5 matches. We are not stopping there. Free access to all heroes and loads of epic skins will also be available that very day. So save the date, log into the game on January 21, enjoy the match, and win tons of rewards. Let's all celebrate the M4 Championship together, including with your friends and family.
I mean, you said it perfectly, and honestly, a coincidence, just doubles upon doubles. RRQ winning 2 games, and even Battle Night passes happening. With that being said, honestly, this game could have gone both ways, but what are the difference makers? What are the decisions being made to set them apart from the boys and men? Let's throw it over to our analyst. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Gideon. Man, if you're adjusting your tie up there, can you imagine the heat, the excitement, and the energy from the crowd stands? It's crazy. Once again, my name is Jay, joining me right here, the brightest mind, Wolf, and of course, the brightest mind, LaFell. That was crazy of a series, right, LaFell?
That was crazy, and I gotta say, man, as analysts, we're just sitting here watching the game.
Dude.
I love my job.
Yeah.
I love my job, and I do not envy the job of the observer because
Yeah.
there's so many fights going all across the map. We even saw about to go into instant replay, and then
Yeah.
Chico got one-shotted. And the thing is, it was a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Thought I was really trying to put RQ through the ringer. It's like, we're here, no, we're here, no, we're here. But RQ always knows where they're gonna go and catches up to them.
And everybody was pulling their weight from both ends. You saw that Todak was really fighting for everything they got. I mean, you can see the Chico guys are trying to make the cheeky plays, even with clearing the wave, but he gets caught by so many of the members of Team RRQ. RRQ was just really just anchored in this game. They know how to, they know their win condition, number one, and they know how to execute and reach that win condition.
Man, RRQ super on form here. Let's take a look at the items. Anything that popped up to you, Wolf?
Yeah, definitely the win condition for Todak is to let Chico guys farm and let Rival farm. And then eventually come the late game, combine them together with both the Kadita as well as the Yuzhong so that they can play their team fight. For RRQ, they want to make sure that during their ultimates, the Zaman Force as well as the ultimate coming off the wall charge, they have to make the kills out of that. But we see that RRQ, whenever they utilize Albert across the map, that is where chaos starts.
I want to point out like a few things. Number one, the thing that made Toda not be able to get kills was actually the Winter Truncheon, because quite a few times Toda actually caught RRQ off guard, but because of the Winter Truncheon is there, they were able to survive the burst. Number two, Grok is kind of unfair when the way that you prioritize your build, the more physical attack that you have, the more defense that you have. So one item equates to two, not only damage, but also defense.
Definitely. That's why I really like this Grok pickup coming out from Arkan, the way that they change it up. They suddenly put it in the XP lane, knowing that Todak already picked up the Claude. Claude is the strongest like marksman after both Beatrix, so not both, but Beatrix 1-1 and carry. If they're all banned, Claude is the next big thing. And that's where the Grok really shines because of the fact that you can flicker into the ultimate and destroy, delete the Claude.
Yeah, so RRQ literally went in and RRQ. RRQ finds the members of Todak and deletes them right off the map. Now, we're going to go into the post-stats analysis. What do you think about these stats right here, NFL?
Like Assassin Dave said, Rival actually did quite a lot in this game. He managed to get the most amount of gold. He's the rich guy. 813 gold per minute. But Skylar in this game, 122,000 damage. And,
amazing.
And well, I kind of feel like you got to talk about this. Like this Harith pick, I feel like since the previous patch, Harith has gone up in value so much.
Yeah, it's so weird because if you're looking at Todak, you have a Kadira, Yuzhong, Cho, many heroes with a lot of ground control in them, right? So we would think maybe this is not the best for a Harith, but the way that RRQ utilized it and protected this Harith, as well as the fact that Harith has a little bit of a anti-CC with the passive, or just for a little bit. Skylar played it so well. He managed to utilize the ultimate in the right timings, and of course, to dodge some of the skill shots coming from Todak. That's why he was able to output the damage in the team fights.
Yeah, and remember, Todak, when usually go into these matches with their signature, I don't know what, I'm not going to make you second guess everything that you do. I'm going to make sure that you do not know my exact plan is, but this time round, Todak is playing very standard. You were talking about this, right, Lefel?
Yeah, like Toda likes to do the lane Roja, right? You think I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I feel like they kind of like defaulted, and that's kind of like not their perfect style. So I want to see for third game, because we haven't seen a reverse sweep yet. As a Malaysian, I want to see the reverse sweep.
We almost did yesterday.
We almost did yesterday by Team Hawk.
Yeah, but
denied by Echo.
Yeah, almost.
And you're here, you're there too.
Gideon was in almost the same spot with you right now. He's just sitting here. But then again, you can see that from RRQ, this is their comfort play style. Whenever you see them very aggressive, and the way that they are controlling the map by splitting together, or at least forcing the opponent to split together, that's when they rise. You can see that there's a lot of weakness from Todak if they don't group up. And Albert, he is the precursor, the catalyst on why RRQ Hoshi is able to spread the members of Todak thinly. This guy is just giving us a masterclass on how you play the aggressive Hayabusa.
Yeah, man, like, you saw how Albert just deletes off. The snap of a finger, Chico just ceased to exist in the land of Dawn. But tell me more about that. Like, why did Albert manage to pull off this Hayabusa so well as compared to Toda in game 1?
The thing about being an assassin player is you got to choose your target correctly. And here in the like while we were analyzing the game, you guys actually asked, like, we're gonna look at the highlights a little bit later. Oh, why did the rival try to 1v1 Albert?
Oh, yes.
Like, are you guys for real? Albert just got a triple kill. He's like really strong, but in all fairness, just to make it very, very simple, the fact that Albert actually finds good flanks, finds very, very low targets, and the fact that Chico kind of goes off, off script and goes too far ahead, kind of makes it easy for Albert to get kills.
Yep, and with that said, let's take a look at the heat map right here. Definitely it's going to be Albert's heat map, and this is going to be the starting of that game. Tell us more about the rotations.
You can see that already he rotated onto the top and the bottom lane. Surely you can see this heat map, but the way that you have to understand this for all of the viewers out there is that it's the order of of his rotation is to the top first and then the bottom lane. So there's a little bit of aggression towards the bottom lane after they got the turtle, where they didn't get the first turtle, right? Because they weren't able to do so. But afterwards, he went into the gold lane where you can actually have an impact. Ultimates, if you are going to use your ultimate, you have kill potential in any lane, and choosing the gold lane first makes it so that the Harith will have a better time in the mid game.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, man, this is the kind of jungler that you want, especially as a marksman player. Sometimes the jungler just forgets about my lane.
I mean, I would not complain if Albert will be like, hey, can I be your jungler? I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, yes, please.
yeah, sure.
yes.
What do you need?
Yeah, but of course, you know, we're going to go into the highlights very, very soon, and we're going to have to see how exactly RRQ execute this, especially when Toda defaulted to default. This is just crazy coming up from RRQ. Super clean, the battle between the assassins, right?
Yeah.
It's Rival going up against Albert.
So much damage that we can see coming up from Albert because he is able to get out of the fight and then into the fight when he finds the opening. Just like how you should play the assassin. It's even like outplaying the lane. Many moments of this game, it was a mistake for Rival to utilize the ultimate Datsun, but he didn't have a choice. Now during the turtle teamfights, it's also that Albert is able to utilize the retribution just in time. For so many red 3 battles that we saw in this game, even through a purple buff in the late game, and Albert is winning almost all of it except the first turtle.
There's a reason why, even back in Singapore, especially the Twitch streamers, right? They always fanboys about Albert, the fastest fingers, the red on point all the time.
You guys asked, why didn't Rival try that 1v1?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Look at the HP, but
I am serious.
But again, looking at this game, a lot of fights went on, and I kind of like it from the players. They're not shying away from fights. If they see an opportunity, they're going to go for it. It's just that I kind of feel like Toda, they just misjudged the amount of damage that they can take and then the amount of damage that they can dish out in the late game. And I kind of feel like that was the downfall.
Yeah. I can even say that R7 played this game really well. I can barely remember his highlight up top. They was able to get a kill onto Chico guys, utilizing the ultimate. You can see the damage output from the high end.
Mid-flight.
Exactly.
Mid-flight, he stopped the